Hello everyone, welcome back to part 6 of Git Essentials tutorial. In the last video we have learned how to stash changes and how to merge changes. In this video let's learn what is fetching, pulling and rebasing. First I tell you what is fetching and pulling. Fetching, by fetching you will get all the changes that are made to your remote repository apart from your local repository. It gets all the changes. When you do git pull, it actually gets all the changes and adds that to your current local repository. In my case, I can't show you practically because I don't have another repository running, someone working on the same repository, so I can't show you that, but I'll show you commands. Git fetch. It gets all the current updates in the remote repository, and git pull -a. That's it. There is no tracking information to the current path. Okay, let me do git pull. Please specify what branch you want to merge with. I know why this came. Okay, let me do this again. Git pull origin master, right? It's up to date. It bought all the changes. I just did git pull. You need to with respect to the master or with respect to branch you want. It's up to date. Okay, this is git fetching and git pulling. It can't be practically explained because it's all practical thing. When you do, you'll understand. By this tutorial you can gain knowledge with respect to this fetching and pulling. When you start actually working on projects, then you'll get to know fetching and pulling clearly. I'll give you theoretical knowledge on that. Simply when a developer, let me open the text pad here. When developer 1 pushes, okay, developer 1 is working on feature 1 and developer 2 is working on feature 1, so they need to have coordination between them. So what they will do is, let's say developer 1 completed some part of the feature and he pushes the changes. After that, dev 2 came into picture. He started working, but he'll not have the current changes. So what he'll do is git pull. Git pull will actually do git fetch and then pulls the changes. So if you do git pull, it will get all the changes of dev 1's commit to his local repository. Update local repo with remote repo. So he'll have the latest commit, that is the commit done by the developer 1. He'll have the developer 1's commit in developers 2 local repo. Then he'll update his code and push changes again. So this is the concept of fetching and pulling. Hope you understood this one. And in this next part, let's see about rebasing. I need this. I think. So what is rebasing? Rebasing is simply again the merging. The merging and rebasing are the same, but it depends on how and where you are using. There are different ways of using that. Merging is generally used when, I have explained it before, when there are few developers working on features. F1 and he's working on feature F2. In master will be initially empty. When dev 1 completes its feature and dev 2 completes its feature, then you will push these changes to master. F1, F2. Then you will have the latest code. This is the concept of merging. Then what is the concept of rebasing? Rebasing is quite difficult to learn. It's quite difficult. Just try to understand clearly. If you have any doubts, you can drop in the comment section. I will try to clear them out. So in my master branch, let's say I have master branch, feature 1 and feature 2. In master branch I have few changes, that is commit 1, commit 2 and commit 3. Now when I created the feature 1 branch, my base, when okay, let me do the following. Master has only C1 commit right now. Let me remove this too. Master has one commit, that is C1. So when I created my branch F1, my branch uncommitted a change, let's say F11. So this F11 commit, see F11, right? This is my feature 1 commit. So this commit will be based to this C1. And what if okay, let me do this too. So there is another branch to F2 and it has CF21. This change also is done based on this master branch, that is commit 1 of master, and if feature 1 somehow got failed, so that's not pushed into the master, and this is success. So I pushed that into this branch, so I got a new commit. Now I got C2 here. This C2 will have F2 feature, that is CF21. Now when I try to develop this branch and remove this failed part or remove the bugs, my current branch is still basing to the C1 commit. Let me do this too. Base is equal to C1, still based on C1 now. So what I need to do, I want the latest changes, but I'm not having this one. So what I'll do is rebase my F1 with the master. So I'll have the same commit CF11 with base is equal to C2. Now what I'll have is, in my current CF11 I'll have all the changes of F2 that are added to the master, that is C2. So rebase is simply self-explanatory. Rebasing. In this commit my base is C1, and after rebasing my base commit will change to C2. And this is the concept of rebasing. And where will you use it? This is the live example. This is the same thing where you'll use a rebase. When you're trying to create new features and you want to use the features of other features in your in your feature, then you need to rebase it with respect to that feature. Then that changes will appear here. That's it. This also cannot be practically shown in this video because it needs few developers working. I need master branch, I need F1, I need F2, I need someone to push the changes to F1, because if I make the changes, I'll already have the local changes in my repo, in my local repo. So I don't get any changes here. Anything I don't get changes because all my changes are up to date because I did that from my local repository. So that's it. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this series. In the next video, I'll be covering all the concepts. I'll be covering entire Git, all these tutorials in a single video, and I'll show you few best tools that I have used to learn Git. I hope they will help you a lot. That's it. If you like this series, like it, share it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.